scares really cool.
They're so ready to go on to their next game. I mean, you gotta imagine Guilheww's ready to play. He was so close to that. He knows he can do it. And now we're gonna be jumping into our next set immediately.
And it is going to be Hero, by the way. We know that the frame data won't really help Nair much, at least in terms of escaping Guilheww's combo game, but he is still pretty confident in the character, and I think he is more so betting on the kill power that Hero has, right? To go for smashes here and there, to go for criticals. It's not going to be that hard to kill Kirby.
Right, and also just the fact that he has a sword and can deal with and can just outrange Kirby. But that's gonna be it though. Just the idea that he can outrange Kirby at all times and not really have to commit like his own body, put his own hurt box out there for Kirby to like snatch or just down air or just catch him off guard, because again his moves are insanely fast. So if he can stay at range and just control him from a distance, that's gonna be the winning strategy for Nair.
Absolutely, and you see how many thunders he's going for too, right? Remember that that's not a projectile, that's a disjointed move. And we also see the bounce, so he is protecting himself from the up beast too. And Guilheww, with a character that already has limited options, is now even more limited and has to play even more careful against these spells that Hatchet Man is going to do it. And Nair has only taken 67. That's barely any percent in the grand scheme of things because he has a 2-stock lead, and really the Mexico City, well, they're both Mexico City players. Nair is looking so confident right now.
Yeah, and that flame slash is huge, and that's the issue with Kirby's recovery. Again, it doesn't snap to ledge, and that travel is very easy to catch with moves like that because they hit so far below the stage. But he actually stays patient, remains patient, and just calls him out on that air dodge with a forward smash and seals out his first stock.
Ooh, waiting for the crackle slash too, dude. Alright, that's death. That's just knowing your spells. That's just knowing the positioning that your opponent is going to end up in, and the Hatchet Man is going to do it after a single Crackle Slash too. Not very often that I see that move come out. I mean, when it does, sorry, it's usually from Nair too. I see many other heroes try to go for it, not quite as successful. But really, Nair, dear lord, he just controlled that whole situation. He lost the stock, but that was kind of like collateral, considering everything that went down.
Right, and in that situation, Guilheww waited a little bit too long to move out of the way. I don't think he was paying attention, or he was particularly ready for that menu option to be so fast, or like to be picked so fast rather. And if he had shielded, his shield was broken, so he was dead anyway. So he had to get away and just couldn't react in time, and that was it for the first set. But now we're starting out our second set, and right now Nair putting out essentially the same amount of pressure that he was putting out the last game. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Pretty much. He has played amazing when it comes to using his disjointed moves, and even though he is running out of mana here, he's not really that late to find those hits. I mean, the Accelerator will help you a lot in that front. He just goes in, gets the grabs, gets the forwarders, gets the throws, whatever, and so the stage control is his too. Now looking for that block. No, it's going to be a forward smash. Not many people go for that either. Kirby is kind of vulnerable on the top, similar to Marso Crom. But now he gets an inhale. Guilheww is going to have access to the Marisoma. Now it's a matter of seeing if he's actually going to be successful with it. And of course, he doesn't want to throw it out when there's bounce in play.
And that neutral B is actually incredibly strong. Even the second level charge can be enough to seal out stocks. And having it for Kirby, who doesn't really need to control his mana to recover or just to be able to do, you know, his regular game plan, such as Nair, it's an incredibly strong tool. It's just gonna depend, I guess, at this point if Nair has bounce on or not. But he seems to be getting it consistently now.
Yes, bounce also helps you remove that option from the command deck. Well, from the command enemy. Oh no! There was no air dodge there! Guilheww could have gone for a down air, and it was going to be extremely hard for Nair to recover. Well, he did have some mana, so probably not an instant kill, but you know, Guilheww is quite hungry for those down air spikes and those inhales and whatnot, so would be kind of weird to see him go this whole entire pool not going for at least one, but this is going to be the stock once again. This news doing so much for him, and like I told you, when bounce is out, it's not going to appear again on the menu, so you have access to other spells.
Right, and now we see Guilheww putting out a lot of pressure on these platform situations, but it's clearly not working as as effectively. And I think the most important part right now is that Nair is playing the patient keep away game, and he's basically nullified the Guilheww's entire strength, or like his biggest strength rather, which is his combos. His just like extreme strings and combo potential that he has is completely nullified by the fact that he just can't get in, and Kirby doesn't have the stats or the mobility to really force his way in as easily.
And it's super complicated on edge guards too, because, well, the tornadoes from the up B are going to remain there. So if Guilheww is trying to go for downers, he's eventually going to get hit, allowing Nair to go for a second up B, and thus recover. But now he finally gets one of those very few combos and actually takes the stock from Nair. This is where we should see him shine, though. What's he going to do? He pulls through. Oh my lord! He's actually a god! He got the read with the forward smash. Nair pressed no buttons. And so we're 1-1.
That was incredible, and you know what happened? Nair didn't realize that he wasted his jump, and Guilheww caught him with that up air. He did the same to Chag in the matches that they played. Chag tried to escape the strings that he was doing, but he would chase down with an up air, or like overextension sort of, and it would catch jump attempts. And I don't think Nair realized that the bubble came up, that the jump was expended, and he just expected to be able to jump away. But Guilheww, with incredible recognition, to just know that the upper was not an option anymore, and that forward smash just covering the drift.
Absolutely. Nair, you know, one of the very few times where we see him go for a resource that he shouldn't have used so early on. And Guilheww really smart to catch those little details. However, he is getting a lot of damage this time around, and we already saw how Nair was very successful with the forward smash covering that up B from Guilheww, so he's going to use that as little as possible, also considering the fact that bounce might be in play. So you can tell, right? Usually, well, in the Palutena matchup, for instance, Guilheww went for a lot more up B, and this time it's just kind of to stall his recovery, and of course prevent this next hit from happening. Nair stared too long at that command menu, and so he misses the edge guard.
And now Hero with Psych Up and Kirby with 104%. He tried to actually kill him with that up B charge, but the second charge of the neutral B is actually gonna take it out. The quick little snipe to get Kirby off of his first stock. And now, but the quick conversion, the down tilt tripping into that forward smash. That down tilt is actually very strong because of that reason, because of that trip chance. Just true confirms into kill moves for free.
Yes, sir. That's kind of what he's looking for here. And of course, with the disadvantage in percents, well, we see how fast it can grow, right? So I think Guilheww knows or keeps in mind that his stocks really begin at like 50%, and then the hits that he takes are real red alarms that start popping up. But so far so good, still forgetting, well, Nair kind of forgets that he shouldn't just check those command menus. Sometimes Guilheww's right in front of him, and he's still checking, and there's nothing for him to use. But there's the dash attack. Guilheww is now on his last stock of the set, probably, possibly, but we saw how last one ended. We can't count him out just yet. That's going to be the stock. Yes, it will be.
Yes, sir. That downer incredibly strong, especially against Hero's Recovery. That gives you so much time to just jump out there and place the downer like just perfectly. The only real option that Nair had was to change the timing there to just like the second charge or the first charge of the up B, but that depends entirely on how low he is to the stage, and even then Kirby can still cover it. But we see a quick little jab lock setup. He continues the down tilt pressure on shield. Even though he's blocking, he knows that even though he's blocking it, that shield push is gonna be enough to make it safe to throw those down tilts out. And now the situation is kind of getting scary for Nair.
Also, the fact that Guilheww constantly low profiles a lot of moves, right? If he goes for a forward smash, it probably won't, but it's going to come out so late that Guilheww would already be shielding as well. He kinda has to depend on the crit right now, but of course, he first needs to win neutral. There we go. That's what I mean. I mean, he needs those setups to go into the smashes and hope for a critical hit. He barely misses with the stone, and that backer is going to do it. Guilheww came so close again, and yet Destiny says, not today, kid. But this is pretty much the closest he has been to defeating Nair, by the way. Oh, and look, Santa Claus is delivering gifts. Shoutouts to Santa. We're not going to reveal who it is. I think you guys all know. But hey, shout out to Santa Claus, the young Santa over here. And I think now's the time to actually pass the mic onto him. So I'm just gonna wait for him to sit down. There we go. Santa, can you hear us? Do you have anything to say to us?